It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's an intra-division matchup in the AFC South, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. Leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
The #1 overall pick in April's draft. What an unlikely story to get to that spot. A zero-star recruit out of high school, the University of Incarnate Word, to Washington State, to Miami, and he comes into the league as Division I's record holder for most passing touchdowns in a career with 158. The Tennessee franchise now revolves around him and his development.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They go play action with Ward. Throw to the right, caught by Okakwo. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain on the play. First down, Titans.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Here's Ward. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second down at the 41-yard line.
Throwing is Ward. Here's a screen now for Pollard. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Throwing now, Ward. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 46 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Ward. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee.
That's the score, Titans 7.
So that one a pretty
Texans 7.
time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Texans take over.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And there's no doubt about the talent that we see from Cj Stroud. We've watched it develop in his first 2 years in the league. But the best way quarterbacks are graded is winning. He's out there trying to win his 3rd division championship in as many years.
Looking to put a drive together. First carry for Nick Chubb. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6. Here's Stroud. He drops this off to Ogunbowale. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. Ward off the play fake. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup. And the Titans first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's fully Fatukasi into the backfield with ease and making the stick for a loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's Ward. Middle of the field to Jefferson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
And it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. In motion, the tight end. To throw is Ward. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Titans.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. Going to run again here with Pollard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. To throw, here's Ward. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. That's fully Fatukasi who got in there and finished off the play. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now Ward. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line.
First down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. On this one, may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darren Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll send Kirk in motion right. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
A handoff here to Ogunbowale. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
A 2-yard pickup.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here now a 3rd down and 8. And Stroud now to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
For the Texans.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense set to go again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Ward. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Stroud. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
And It's third down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Back to throw. Ward. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Titans.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
16 yards.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll bring up a second and short.
An 8-yard gain brings up second down at the Texans' 31-yard line.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Working out of the gun here, Ward. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
And the Titans' first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And now a fake there on the jet sweep as they'll give to Pollard. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable, but the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Azeez Al-Shaair. Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Ward. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
On 4th down, on is the veteran, Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. This a 27-yard attempt here. Sly able to put this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Play action. It's Ward. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Chigakonkwo, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Stroud. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Second down, here's Chubb again. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. Stroud to throw it. And this one is incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the third drive's the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Off play action, Ward. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to Pollard. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Titans, first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's Pollard again. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 3. On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Now the first carry here for the running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 9. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Throwing is Ward. And it's a Titans touchdown. Chigakakwo with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And it's 21 to 3. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston set to take over. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
2nd and 10. Motion man left is Kirk. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of
43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
A run with Ogunbowale.
Give him 5 yards there. That'll bring up second down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They go again with Ogunbowale. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Stroud looking to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Titans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Pollard gets it off the option. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7. Ward. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing now, Ward. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
First down, Titans.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Ward now working out of the gun. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Ward. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, Ward. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 18 on the play.
6-yard line.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Ward now. A final shot before break. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Stroud out of the gun here. Eluding the pressure right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line.
The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 103 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, Tennessee.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Ward. Drops this underneath for Pollard.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Titans first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Lockett the man in motion. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down at the 43-yard line.
He'll take it up the gut.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Off the play fake, Ward.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. And here comes the Texans now.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And trouble trying the middle here.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Texans first down. First and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Throwing now is Stroud. Open man, that's Jaden Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second down and 8. And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
It's caught by Bryant. So he stopped for no gain. And 3rd and 8 now.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's got this down to the 35.
That's some good running from Stroud, and he gets them the first down.
That's another Houston Texans. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
No surprise to see a sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's 2nd and 3. Motion man left is Kirk. They'll fake the jet sweep, and now Stroud to throw off play action. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Cj Stroud taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So that one a long 11-play drive.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
1st down, Titans.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
On play action, Ward.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake, here's Ward. Open man downfield is Ridley.
And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. 47 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 10-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
To throw, here's Ward.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Van Jefferson.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Titans are able to widen their advantage. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Texans 10.
So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by the Van Jefferson touchdown reception. All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Ooh, the juke. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans offense and their star running back Nick Chubb getting set to take over once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Stroud.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins.
11 more on that one and another first down.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
Play action. Stroud now. And that one complete once again to Higgins.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up 2nd down.
The throwing again is Stroud.
Open man is Higgins. Well, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
A handoff here to Ogunbowale. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's good for a Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And Stroud now to throw. Here's Higgins out on the right side.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Stroud working out of the gun.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Christian Kirk, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
17.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Houston. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. From the 46, here's second down and 7.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line.
And the Titans first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
punt attempt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Ward. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Daniil Hunter. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Sly able to put this one through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now out comes Houston.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for an H-down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
One advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Stroud out of the gun here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Stroud to throw it. Another one caught by Collins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nico Collins, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Things sure were looking good for him at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Ward. Buying time to his left. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Throwing is Ward. Flushed out right. A good decision in the end. The pull it and run gets him 9 yards and a first.
9 yards. First down, Tennessee.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From the gun, here's Ward. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's Ward. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40.
On the play. First down, Titans.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
To throw is Ward.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
Ward's pass.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second down at the Texans' 28-yard line.
Off the bootleg, Ward. Returning right back to Lockett.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And it's third down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, Ward. That is caught. And he will have a Titans first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
First down, Tennessee.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 20-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Julius Chestnut
from 21 yards away.
And the Titans have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter.
They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Sly on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Texans,
So that drive spans 13 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans back out there and ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and a yard. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Here's Stroud. And one more time, here's Kirk.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. He'll get this to Ogunbowale out of the backfield. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
That's good for a Texans first down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Cj Stroud. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are back within a score.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Texans 31.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and running back Tony Pollard set to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's down the field for Jefferson. It got his man complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. To throw, here's Ward. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
37-yard line. A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. All right, so then instead of a 2-score lead in the waning moments, that miss means they're going to need to sweat this one out after all, partner.
Nothing comes easy in this league. That could turn out to be a miss of disastrous proportions. So now they need to call on their defense one last time to bail them out.
Here's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Finding Schultz. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A 9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 46.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think hope was wearing one jersey and worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.